Thank you for joining us, and again, a warm welcome to the program. Do not forget that our broadcast is coming to you in English and in French. For those on the CanalSat network, you can choose your preferred language using the blue button on your remote control. And now we begin with Nigeria. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has commiserated with the casualties and the families of those affected at a recent bloodbath in Plateau State, central Nigeria. Fulani herdsmen are alleged to have carried out attacks on Barkin Ladi, a rural and mainly farmers' town in Plateau State, killing more than 200 persons. The attack, many have said, may have been a retaliatory one for a conflict over the theft of Fulani herdsmen's cattle or the refusal of farmers to allow them graze on their farms. Buhari, who visited Jos on Tuesday and whose administration has received knocks over its failure to put an end to alleged Fulani herdsmen's attacks, urged the leadership at all levels to be aware of their responsibility of driving the peace process.
President Muhammadu Buhari is running for a second term in office as head of state, but has received much criticism for his security record. First because of Boko Haram, who he promised to eradicate, but also because of the inter-ethnic violence between Fulani Muslim herdsmen and Christian farmers. For some, the country's security situation has even worsened since he came to power.
We're now being joined by Yakubu Datu, the Commissioner of Information for Plateau State, Central Nigeria, which is at the core of this latest communal violence. Yakubu, thank you for joining us this morning on the program. President Buhari's visit is coming on the heels of the visit by his deputy, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. How did the people of Plateau respond or react to the visit, especially after this latest violence?
Yes, first and foremost, there were preemptive steps taken by the governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Simon Bakola, who of information on the breakdown of order left his official function in Abuja and rushed all the way to Jos. And also, as a precautionary measure, he imposed curfew in 3 local governments, namely Riom, Barkin Ladi, and Jos South. And that has gone a very long way in steadying the tide of the spread. Furthermore, he made a broadcast to the state where he appealed to the citizens. And indeed, he even went around the state to try to appeal to different people who were also outside trying to find out their fate. So that has further restored a lot of confidence, and he was also able to invite the presidency with the visit of the vice president, who spent almost 8 hours interacting with the Birom, the Fulani, the Yeti Allah, and other people that are involved, religious leaders. And he was also part of the visit of Mr. President. Now, some of the early fruits of that is that the presidency has accepted to establish a mobile barrack at Barkin Ladi Access, which is the theater of what happened.
Yakubu, from reports, over 200 people died at the weekend in the attacks by herders and subsequent clashes between them and farmers in Plateau, your state. What exactly led to this particular communal clash?
Well, I'm surprised. The communal clash has been existing and it's not isolated to Plateau. For the past decade or so, it has been harassing the whole country, and it had to do with the issue of land, the issue of cattle grazing, the issue of water, and with the increase in population, the land is becoming the land is not as available as before, and the herders also move to where they will have lush vegetation, and that accounts for why most of the crises are in the middle belt or north central area. Don't also forget that this crisis also occurred in Zamfara State. So no part of the country has really been spared. And I'm happy that, so it needs a whole solution, because you're talking about farmers whose livelihood is only the land and which they farm from. And at the end of the day, being victims of attacks that arise from herders who also require places to do their cattle rearing. So those are contradictions that need to be resolved to be able to have a whole solution that will not only create peace in Plateau State, but also across the country, because the issues affect every part of this country.
Yakubu, the federal government is assured that perpetrators of the act will be brought to book. But as you've said, this is not the first time this is happening. What will be different this time? And has there been any significant move in bringing perpetrators to book this time?
Yes, during the Security Council meeting, Governor Simon Lalong was informed by the security forces that arrests have been made, and those arrested are already giving useful information which will lead to further arrests. So we are very happy about that, and we are also hopeful that those arrested will also be charged to court so that justice will not only be done, but will also appear to be done. And as I speak with you, we are also receiving a lot of visitors. Right now, the President of the Senate, Senator Bukola Saraki, just visited on behalf of the Senate, paid his condolence visit. And the governor of Plateau State, right on Simon Lalong, right now is going around the hospitals, looking at people that have been injured. In fact, he's just leaving the Jos University Teaching Hospital, where he ordered that all the bills belonging to those that are affected will be offset by government. And he's moving to the next hospital, which is Plateau Hospital, after which he will go around. What that means is our emphasis is looking at not only restore order, but also reduce human suffering, the toll of human suffering. And I'm happy that international organizations have also moved in to provide succor for those who are distressed at this moment.